Welcome back to the Real Power Podcast. I am so psyched right now to have this man sitting across from me, Mr. Jason Sokody. He is, first of all, he's a beast. He's wearing a tank top right now when we're recording a podcast. Look at this man's arms right now.
Yo.
And guys, you know, I have like pretty good arms, but
You do.
I might not put the camera on me at all and just keep it on you so they don't compare.
Bro,
but this dude's an absolute beast. He's an 18-year veteran in the real estate industry with over $500 million in sales volume over the course of his career.
That's with a B.
That's with a B, not M.
$500 million.
Billion. He is currently the #1 Howard Hanna broker in the country right now.
Yeah, for units. For units. I want to say units.
Yep. And leads a team of over 30 agents in Buffalo, New York. He is a retired college instructor of over 12 years and was previously awarded New York State Teacher of the Year. Congrats on that, brother. That's amazing. And on top of all that, he's a published poet and spoken word and hip hop artist, co-owner of a soon-to-be plant shop and artisan gallery called Leaf, Stone, and Steel.
Thank you.
And former winner of the middle and heavyweight Mr. Buffalo bodybuilding show. I mean, this dude is just a renaissance man. Like you were saying, you are a renaissance man. I'm just excited to sit down with him for an hour and hear about his story and the wisdom that he has to share. So, Jason, thank you so much for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for leading the charge for some seriously amazing videos coming out of the Rock, man. So we're very happy to drive the hour and come to our sister city.
Let's do it, brother. Let's start from the beginning. Entrepreneurship, man. Like, where did your journey begin? How'd you get into the entrepreneurial world?
Can I swear?
You can swear as much as you want on the show.
So here's the deal, man. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real.
Keep it real. Yeah.
Real fucking real. My entrepreneurship began by slanging weed, man. By slanging weed in high school.
Shit.
I shit you not. And before that, I used to play cards because I didn't have no weed before there was cards. So I was a pretty good weed dealer, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, weed was a big thing, and back in the day, it was so chastised and everything. Now everybody's smoking doobies on the street. You go wherever you go. Love is love. But I just I like to take care of people, man. And at the end of the day, I like to take care of people. I like to make some money doing it, and I like to just get out there and make connections. And that was one of the things that got me started, man. So then I continued dealing weed, going nowhere, because who the hell, this is one question I always tell people, like when they're young cats and they're dealing weed, and I'm like, hey, I just got one question to ask you. Do you know any old drug dealers? The answer is no.
No.
Because you get popped too quick, right? So it's just a springboard. It's a springboard for entrepreneurship at times. Okay, it worked well for me.
Yep.
So where it started was I was slanging his weed, and then my buddy John, okay, he knows. Don't worry, John. I'm going to mention you, John Lorendi. I actually love you because he's the man that changed the trajectory of my life. His father, Carmen Lorendi, that's the man. That's the GOAT. That's the original GOAT back in Buffalo. And John says to me, you deal as weed, man, but you ain't really going anywhere. He said, why don't you start dealing homes? And I'm like, homes? Well, that sounds really interesting. And it sounds legal. So it sounds really good. So John hooked me up with his dad, who was an old school Italian. Like, he'll give it to you. Like that old school. If you wanted old school Italian.
He'll say what's on his mind.
Right on, man. Right on. And I love this man from the day that I met him. And to this day, I still consider him like a father to me. So that's where my career began. And I still remember going into the office, and I'm going to call you out here, Mr. Lorendi, man, because every time I came to the office, because I had a lot of tattoos even when I was younger, that dude would make me come into the office in a full suit just to make a photocopy. Like, that's how, gangster that old dude was, because he had standards.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is he says standards, man. Like, he loved being a realtor, and he felt that this stood for a certain thing. And he wanted to have that outside projection for people before they got a chance to know me. He was the one who showed me, hey, you can be yourself 100% through and through, but don't let people judge you before they even get a chance. Now, I'm 44 years old now. Now I can give a fuck about your judgment.
Yeah, right.
But when I'm 24 wanting to start a career.
You care about everyone's opinion.
I do care about it.
Yep.
And I also care about the man who's going to mentor me to lead me to the next level. And he did. I was able to build a little team. Fast forward after being on his squad for 7 years, which, by the way, Mr. Lorendi was a #1 sales team from 1997 to 2016. In 2017, first year on my own, we kept his legacy alive and become the #1 sales team for that point. Then we continued into 2023 until I have to give a shout out to my new dude. You know, we talking about Sean Matry earlier. Sean, you got this shit, man. Keep it going. Keep that legacy going. I've gladly acquiesced to the Blueprint team and everything that you guys are building.
They're great people. They
Great
really
people.
Yep.
And that's what true leaders do. True leaders acknowledge other people. And I'm happy as hell for his success. Because you should be. He's building a great brand in Buffalo. We built a great brand. Mr. Lorendi built a great brand. And that is how you continue to build a legacy team and a legacy business as we go along. With the purpose of this, talking about real power and podcasts.
Well, dude, it was so funny because the last guest I had on, we were talking about how true winners want to see other winners win.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a real winner, you want to see your buddies. You want to see them make the climb and do it with you. And so that's awesome.
Damn
dude.
right we do, man. Hey, man, and we're still doing all right. We're gonna hit another 100 million this year. So I mean, it ain't so bad.
Just a quick 100 mil.
Life is good up here. Life is good up here, man. And all I want to do is just bring more people up here with me, because somebody else brought me up here. There was a point, you know, like, and we talked about, you know, being with our wives for a long time and how important, you know, wives are, man. There was a point when, before she was my wife, I've been with my wife since I've been 15 years old.
No shit.
15 years old. No shit. You want to talk about any success I have, trace it back to her.
Dude, that's
Straight
amazing.
up, trace it back to her, because she's the true champ, man. She's taught me humility, growth, love, compassion. Everything that's good about me is systemically linked to her. And that's how real relationships are supposed to be. I don't fight with my wife. I don't fight with my fucking friends, man. Why would I do that? If I'm fighting with these people, then they're not my people.
Yeah.
Because everyone I fuck with is part of the synergistic effect. We're 1 and 1, and we're gonna make 5. We're gonna make 10. No matter what it is, we're gonna continue to grow and build together. And that's why I'm so pumped about our future relationship here too, because we got this shit.
We do.
We got this shit.
I mean, the moment you walked in, the energy was just there, and you could tell like we're on the same wavelength here. And my wheels are turning now, brother. After hearing all the ideas and plans that you have, like I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Let's get tactical here. So let's say I'm a new real estate agent in 2024. What is your #1 piece of advice for that newbie getting out there? They want to get their stuff going. What path do they take for lead gen? Like what activities should they be doing? What's your advice to them?
Honestly, I'm a team player, and I've always been a team player from day one. Like, I am actually an only child, which is strange why I want to only be a team player, and I like to share and all that shit, because a lot of only child, it's my toy, boy. Yeah, it's my toy. You know? But if you're a new real estate agent, get on a team, dude. Get on a team. Because the team is already functioning. They figured out a lot of the shit that you're about to figure out if you try to do it by yourself. So why fail forward or fail at all when you can just leap on a team?
Have all that momentum.
Everybody's already going there, man. Jump on a team, lose your fucking ego. You know, here's the deal. You want to be a good person, not just a real estate agent, lose your fucking ego. Once you know, a lot of people sometimes like, you know, success has its goods and its bads. With success comes a lot of people who want to throw shit at your name and everything.
Sure.
You know, back in the day, I used to counterattack that. Now I don't even respond, because #1, if they need that to feel better about themselves, if talking shit about me, especially when it's not validated, makes you feel better about yourself, then I want to let you have that. Because that's okay for me.
Yeah.
Because there's not a fucking thing that anybody could say to me that's gonna hurt my feelings. I love my wife. I love my family. I love my parents. I love my colleagues. I love every fucking thing around me. So you cannot rent space in my mind. Not a simple piece.
Dude, I love it.
I stay without ego because it allows me to grow. And it allows other people to share their ideas with me. When we share ideas as people, the creative juice is flowing. That's what the whole fucking purpose of being a human being is to create and build beautiful things, relationships, art, nurturing plants. That plant's not real. You should get a real plant back there, yo.
Yours is fake too.
It's still cool. But cultivating that kind of thing is the human experience.
Yeah.
So getting back to, you're going to see me talk a lot about life just in general, because when you ask me real estate questions, I'm always going to bring you back to life.
It all goes back to life.
Yeah, because it is. Being a sales professional is being a human professional first. I sell a home, but it doesn't matter if it's a fucking home. It could be this bottle of water. It could be that globe. It doesn't matter what I'm selling. It's the connection that I'm making. The people are everything. So at one point in my life, I had 4 jobs. I used to get up at 5 a.m. and I would do personal training from 6 to 8 a.m. Then I would shower. I'd go teach from 9 to 12 at college. Then I'd go do my real estate. And then 3 nights, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 nights a week, depending on what my schedule was, then I would teach night class from 6 to 10.
Damn, you were going.
So I was going.
Yeah.
I was building. And I was on my grind. And you know what? Once again, comes back to my wife. The only way I was able to have that grind and that focus was because I knew my beautiful wife was taking care of the kids. And she had the most important things to me already taken care of, so that she allowed me to get out there and build our legacy together. And at this point in our life, like I said, my shout out to little Jades and Carm, who ain't so little anymore. You know, they're 22 and 20. Now's our time. Now's our time. Now she's building her new business. She's doing cool shit. So I love the fact of when you talk real estate, just talk people.
Yeah.
Just treat people good. I know it's some basic shit, but man, we forget the basics.
And that's
sometimes.
any business too. Same for us, real estate, photography, media, video. I came into it, I actually had 0 camera experience, and I built a photography. What are we doing here?
It's pretty sweet in here too, by the way. If you haven't seen Homeboy's office, you really should come down and see Real 3D Media office, because this shit's fucking dope.
Because I knew that, I could learn the skills, and I did. It was YouTube University, courses online that I learned how to take good real estate photos. But at my core, I'm a businessman, and I connect with people, and I love that part of it. Right. And now having creatives around me, my brother is the most talented videographer probably in New York. And I'm saying that just as a brother, and he's that talented.
Fuck yeah, you guys are
He
good.
just did a video for you. And
dude, he fucking killed it too. And he was so flexible. By the way, you guys are great, because you guys had come out to shoot the video, and you drove an hour and some change, man, right? To come from Buffalo to Rock, which is not a big deal, but it is a big deal when my seller wasn't ready at that moment. But I stayed calm. Your boys stayed calm, which kept the seller calm. Because obviously, man, they're like, fuck, they wanted that ready. They were scrambling up to the last minute, literally. But at that moment, we made the decision together. I said, hey, man, I'm really sorry. Can I throw you a little extra dough for travel time? Which they didn't even take, because they knew we were both in the situation together, but I would have. So good people. We rescheduled for a few days later, and then shot a fire-ass fucking video. So kudos to your people, man, just understanding, once again, the basis for a relationship. We could have came there and been a total dick to these people. Like, what the fuck? Why isn't this ready? What the hell does that do for
who's that going to help? Seriously.
It's already stressed. They're already feeling that way. So managing expectations and relationships is everything with real estate. Let me go back to just a little bit of because I think people want me to answer. If I'm a new agent, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, let's get back to that. Yep.
I can't believe that I remember that. This is the dude chasing butterflies everywhere. But I do want to provide some value for the real estate side. So number one, man, I believe you should be on a team because it's scalable. You can become scalable. If you eventually leave that team, that's okay. I've had great agents that actually left my team that became something. I've had great agents that left my team and fucking aren't even in the business. So it depends what you're going to do with that. As far as joining a team I think is critical just for that. Number two, make sure that team, I'm huge on culture. Culture over money all day, because money follows culture. Culture doesn't follow money. Mm-hmm. Culture follows fake money, though. Like when you see some hip hop videos and bullshit like that, and then you got people renting cars for videos and such.
There's a lot of it out there.
So culture to me is everything. And I think at the Sokody Sales Team, as well as a couple other teams in Western New York, and some in Rochester. Like Rochester, you got Holly Creek out here. Awesome, super awesome lady. Well-developed team. I mean, super beast. What the commonality between teams that are successful have is a common culture. And the common culture is based on kindness, caring, confidence, saying the things that normally don't always want to be spoken, but have to be spoken, but saying them in a tactful manner, man. And number three, utilize social media, dude. If you don't fucking utilize social media, you're fucking dead. You're just fucking dead. And the reason for that is because social media speaks for you when you're not there. So if you want to replicate yourself and actually become more, create a place where you can be seen more. Well, that's social media. And don't be afraid to spend on that shit either.
Yeah.
Because it is a little bit expensive to some people, but you will see the return. The problem with social media sometimes is that it's not always quantifiable immediately, where I can just say, it's plug in a binary, code, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, this gave me this. It's the shit 1 year down the road, be like, yo, man, I watched that video. It was fucking awesome, man. And I wasn't ready then, but I'm ready now. Can you come and take a look at my house?
That's the number one objection we get from agents is, what's my ROI? And it's like, it's brand building. That's what it is. You're building your brand.
Branding. It's branding. And if you are going to utilize social media, man, you better be motherfucking real. You better be as real as you can be.
Yes.
Please do not act for the camera. There's a reason that I came here in this shit, because honestly, number one,
and he asked me too. He's like, "Should I put a shirt on?" I'm like, "No, dude, you shouldn't put a shirt on."
So I did. I didn't want to be just the guy.
No, I love it because you're you. You're you.
But it's like, yo, I guess if I'm a tool to you, then I'm a tool to you. But if I'm a tool, then I'm a motherfucking sledgehammer. So let's go. So that's the three big things, man. Join a team, lose your ego, embrace social media. And you know what else? There's a fourth thing that's so fucking awesome, but you don't need real estate to do it. Dude, give back to your community. Sponsor dog rescues, help out with veterans. We used to do, when it was Code Blue in Buffalo, well, Code Blue happens around here too. It's super fucking cold. So we would go to the bus shelters, to the homeless shelters, the women's shelters. Libraries actually are very good places too, where you can deliver hot meals, some soups and some sandwiches, and you can deliver this to folks, man. We went there and we made so many people smile, man. There's financial currency, but there's also emotional currency, man. And I want to be rich as fuck with emotional currency, because that's that best, to me, that's the best currency that you could ever have, is emotional currency. And emotional currency doesn't always have to be the most positive things. Emotional currency and understanding you is understanding the spectrum, allowing yourself to be sad at times. And with men, it's very difficult for men to be men, as per what, when I grew up, like I said, I'm 44. We watching things like Arnold Schwarzenegger and, and man, I love Arnold. But a lot of the things, for all the cool shit Arnold does, blowing shit up, beating people up, shooting guns, all that cool shit, he never was as deep. Let me say this. He may be a deep person. I don't know this. But the cameras didn't allow him to be deep. I think what we need to really start doing now is really allowing humans, especially males, to have a full emotional spectrum, so that we can communicate better, not only with our brotherhood, but to communicate much better with our partners. And I should say partners too, because I don't give a fuck if you're with a man or a woman or whatever. Love is fucking love. But the allowing of that spectrum allows us to communicate better and allows us to understand one another more. Because if I'm worried about, oh shit, I don't know if I want to say, I really like that plant. That's a beautiful plant. Is that going to make me sound non-masculine? I shouldn't have to fucking think like that. Mm-hmm. We need to break those barriers so that men can allow themselves to be open. Because when we actually practice between one another, between our other guys, watch how your relationship with the person that you love the most at home starts to grow. It's an incredible thing when we lose ego, we accept vulnerability. If you want to be the strongest motherfucker you can be the most vulnerable person you can be.
Dude, I got goosebumps right now. In coming from someone like you, if you're watching this video, you can see the appearance that Jason is. And
I look like I stepped out of a prison yard.
You do, brother. You do. But he is the most down to earth. And I can tell you right now, in the fact that people like him who have influence are preaching these things, it makes me so fucking happy, because I'm the same way. I'm not like a macho man, but these are the things kindness, positivity. There is so much negativity out in the world. And the problem is the negative people are louder than the positive people. And we need to flip that script. We need, if your life is going good, if you're positive and optimistic and everything, shout that shit from the rooftops, man.
Oh,
seriously.
Till I have no breath left, I will do that. I will do that. And I'm telling you, I've made a really nice change with some of my friends, and they've helped me change as well, because it's not just me it's not just me pouring this out to them, it's allowing them to reciprocate back. And I know that they're taking it to their families. So it does actually change. Motherfucking starts with one person.
It's a ripple effect.
It is.
Yep.
Starts with one person, goes to the friends, goes to the family, goes to the community, goes to the region, goes to the nation. Take it to the fucking world.
All right. So you lead a team of 30 plus agents.
Let me stop you right there. We lead each other.
You lead each other. What have you learned about leadership that you can impart some wisdom on to us?
Yeah. What I've learned about leadership is that anger is the most simple emotion. Curtail your anger. Because think about it like this. We live in a microwave society, right? So instead of taking the time to write things out or write a poem, we send a quick text, right? Instead of taking the time to cook a meal, I can't cook for shit, but my wife does.
Me neither.
But, so I'm on the microwave side of that. I'll microwave the meal real quick, but it's still an original, good cooked meal. What we need to do is just make sure that we're taking the time to communicate. Good leadership is building an open forum where all voices are heard without judgment. Now, I don't have to fucking agree with every person. And we never will. There's 30-something people there. We don't have to agree, but we have to at least allow ourselves to understand a divergent perspective. When we get a chance to open to the divergent perspective, now we at least can understand and be like, that's why they feel that way. And then we're not like, I'm right, they're wrong. No, fuck it. Holy shit, we're both right. We're both fucking right. How beautiful is that, man? Leadership is about building a community that is open for kindness, for caring, and once again, doesn't fucking force people to speak if they don't want to either. We have some people that are going to remain inherently quiet because that's just who they are. But if they ever want to speak, they can speak as loud as they want to.
They have a stand, yeah.
They have an actual say in doing that. We've done a really nice job of just holding each other to the fire when any of us have fucked up or done something wrong.
Accountability.
Accountability, which is huge. There's nothing wrong with calling people out. There's something wrong with calling people out in a community.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
One-on-one.
Yeah,
right?
and when some of my partners have done something erroneous or really fucking stupid, like I'll mention it during the meeting. I won't even look at them, nor will I mention their name. Because it doesn't fucking matter who did it. It matters that none of us will do it anymore. That's what true growth, leadership, and community is about. Also, put your motherfucking money where your mouth is, dude. Like when COVID hit for us, there was, because obviously we're pretty heavy on Zillow. I love Zillow. Fuck you if you don't. I could care less. Truthfully, like if you weren't on the Zillow train to start with, then that's your fucking fault. Like whatever. I know everybody hates Zillow. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a great lead source for us. So why do I use Zillow so much? Because I'm trying to procure more leads for my agents because leads create generational wealth. I've said this 100 times over. I'd rather sell 10 homes for $100,000 each than one home for $1 million. Because systemically, I will have 300 people after 10 years, whereas opposed to maybe 30 on the other route. So it just depends on how many people and the frequency that you want to touch. So when COVID hit, there was a month where none of us could even show a house because we literally couldn't even get into the house. Well, I still had a $50,000 a month bill. Guess what the fuck I did? Paid the whole fucking thing in full. Didn't pull $1 out of any zip code. Stayed the course because it took us years to build to get to those higher rankings in the top 3 of all of our zip codes. Don't be scared. I wasn't scared because I knew what the fuck we were. And I knew when this was back on, we got this.
And you were playing for the long game.
Fucking right.
Yep.
And up until that point, at that time, the record for the most amount of sales was 56 million when we set it the year before. And then when COVID hit, I was like, fuck, what are we gonna do here? We went to 82 million. That's what the fuck we did. Because when times of duress happen, people will congregate to ubiquity and comfort. And that's what we represented. Get your reviews out there too, by the way, man. We have 1,200 plus 5-star reviews. Look at social media. That's why I say social media is everything. If you don't have your reviews out there, if you don't have your videos out there, no one is speaking for you.
Yep.
We are there's nothing wrong with this because inside of our minds is our own world. So people think that when I've done something cool, like if I didn't put it out on social media, well, I know I did it, but nobody fucking knows that. So just within like the last 3 weeks, especially if you've been following me at all,
I've been watching your stories.
You'll know, dude, I'm a story slut now. I am a straight story slut. Because I'm talking to my guy Neil, who owns really. If you ever need a dog transported anywhere across the world, yeah, own my dog transportation. Look at my guy Neil. He's also one of our agents. But I was talking to my guy Neil, and he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Why don't you ever like people don't really know like what you're doing besides like a few house videos and shit, but you've been doing so much shit." Like, I was like, I don't want to be like fucking weird, and people are like looking at me like, "Oh, you showing off and shit." He's like, "No, you're totally fucking wrong." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You're not showing off. You're showing people how fucking fun it is to live the life that you have created." He was like, "You're doing it wrong." And at that moment, which was literally like 3 weeks ago, I was like, holy fuck. And don't get me wrong, I've been okay on social media, but now I'm really making that push because I believe in myself.
Yep.
I believe in my family. I believe in the products we have and all the businesses that we do. And I know that shit's good. And I know it's built upon love and kindness and a strong base of education that wants the best for everybody. Because I don't want to just win. I want to just create a win-win situation for all. That's how everybody grows together. I'm just story slutting everywhere, bro. Like,
well, I love it, dude. I love your stories, man. I really do. I'm watching. I have a huge smile on my face. But that's the difference right there, what you just said, because I've struggled with it too, is thinking, sharing your wins and stuff that's going on is coming off as braggy. But when you have good intent that you're putting out into the world, share the fuck out of that shit, because you're doing good, and people need to see that. People need to see it.
Fuck yeah, they do, because that might motivate somebody or put a smile on somebody else's face. You know what? And if you don't like it, then go fuck you. The fuck do I care? Like, you don't fucking watch, bro. Like, if you don't like me, dude, like
unfollow me, man. Like,
unfollow me.
seriously.
There's no reason that any human being should have any space for hate in their mind at all. That rental space that you're putting somebody that you don't even like in your mindset, and that's valuable real estate in that mind. You don't want to waste cognitive space and caring that you could fill with beautiful thoughts, with negativity about pulling someone else down. Man, that seems fucking weird, doesn't it? Just talking about it out loud. Like, how do I gain from making someone else feel like shit?
I can't put it together in my head. I don't know.
I had a really good example of this shit, yo. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but a few years ago, I had this fucking stupid little tail. Like, I was trying to go.
Oh, you had the man bun?
Well, it wasn't even a man bun, because my hair is, like, I'm 40-something years old. It was weak.
Well, so my hair is already weak at 20 years.
So like, I was sitting here, and this motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck he was, some random fucking dude. He's like, "Nice ponytail, loser." And I looked at that motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker. I clicked on his picture, and I'm like, man, that motherfucker's bald. You can't pick on me. You ain't even got no fucking hair, man. The fuck you talking about me for? And that's when I said, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't care anymore, man.
Yep.
Because I genuinely don't care that man's dissing my hair. And you don't even have fucking hair. So shut your fucking mouth.
Well, that's probably where it's stemming from, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I look at this, I'm like, I didn't even respond back, because I'm like, all right, I'm going to start giving people wins, because I think they might need it. And I don't. I'm happy. I'm genuinely fucking happy. And if they need that, that's okay. They'll learn how to be happy one day, but they're not going to learn it from me because they insulted me.
I used to let haters get to me, and I had the mindset shift of realizing that the only reason that anyone on this planet hates on another human being is because that's a reflection of what they're feeling inside of them.
It is.
And now I take the route of compassion and
Right.
act and genuinely
Genuine
when someone leaves hate, I'm like, they must be in real pain and feeling that for them.
true.
Instead of lashing back and starting a fight, it's like
Right.
it's fucked up. Like I hope that you can find a way to be happy, because
I love that.
That's the approach I
Yo,
take
let's
now.
keep that shit going. Let's keep that shit going.
Yeah.
Let's even make it more fucking confusing and give them a compliment on the way back. A
That'll-
real
that'll-
compliment.
that'll fuck some people
Not
up,
a
man.
fucked up one.
Yep.
A real compliment. Because truthfully, I do want every single person, every human being, besides a motherfucking pedophile, I want every fucking person in this world to have a great and beautiful life to the degree that they earn. Because I'm not the type of dude that gives you a fucking 7th place trophy. I don't like that shit. No trophies for everybody.
Nope.
Because it diminishes
Hard work.
Yeah, the hard work of that. But I believe that we should all be able to have that happiness without the expense of others. And if we can create happiness without taking from others, then we're onto something here.
All right, let's talk about the real estate market a little bit.
Yeah.
What is the current state of Buffalo, New York? What's the market like right now?
Absolutely. You know, I was actually watching one of your previous ones with my boy Anthony Batera.
Yes, sir. Anthony's the man, dude.
Yeah, Anthony is a man, bro. Yep. And he said that there was 50% of all sales in Rochester in the last 5,000 sales, 50% of them were cash.
Yep.
That's fucking nuts. So I did a little research on Buffalo, and we're hovering just a little bit above 30%.
Okay.
So I can speak on both sides of this, actually. The Buffalo market is obviously extremely, extremely healthy. Zillow came out with, not only Zillow, but multiple publications about how Buffalo was still, I'd love to say it's an undiscovered gem, but it's not anymore. The secret's out, man.
The bills are too good.
Yeah, keep Buffalo a secret is no longer something we can do. So
Yeah.
let's talk about how awesome Buffalo really is. On the listing side, so predominantly, I'd say about 90% of my business is on the listing side. And if you really want to know how to become a great listing agent, be a great buyer's agent. Because that's what I was. You don't start as a listing agent unless you come from old money. And if you do, cool. But if you don't, like 99% of us, you got to start with the buy side.
Put the grind in. Yeah.
So on the list side, I can speak very strongly on that. And I will tell you about 1 out of every 2 offers that I get is a cash offer, and it's from somebody that doesn't live locally. And they're the ones that tend to win. Because when you look at the actual market itself, the Buffalo dollar doesn't go far. Like, so when I go Buffalo to New York City, and my piece of pizza around here is $4, and a piece of pizza in New York City is $12, well, it's still a fucking dollar. A dollar's a dollar's a dollar, right? But the buying power of these other states, their dollars that they made, and they bring it in
so
here
much farther.
is fucking astronomical.
Yep.
And they're looking at a house like, well, fucking 400, I could care less. The average national sale price is 450. Buffalo, I think, is between 240 and 250 right now. And dude, in like December or something, like December, January, it's fucking like 217, right? Because there's not a lot of activity when it's blistering cold out there and nobody really wants to get out there. But you can always get really good deals in the wintertime.
Yes.
So as far as the listing side, that's what I see, and I can tell you that echoes with a lot of our predominantly heavy listing agents. As far as the buy side, yeah, you get ready for it, man. It's a fucking battle.
It's a war.
Everywhere is between 30 to 40 offers. Sometimes that the agents are to really properly price a property. When you're coming out of a winter market, you don't have real comps. Period. So Buffalo, the same as Rochester, the same as Syracuse, we have the shitty winter season, and all of a sudden it wakes up. Boom.
Boom. Yep.
But you don't have comps that show the wake up. So traditionally, when you look at the year over year, it's about 15% appreciation rate year over year. So if you really want to be smart and talk with the seller, if you really want to, 15% over what it was before is basically what it should sell for. But sometimes they're selling for like 15 to like 35% over. So the reason you're seeing 30 to 40 fucking offers is because personally they're not hitting their target market appropriately. There's a lot of buyers, don't get me wrong, out there. But if you shift this over to if you price your property, this is how we do our shit. I'm telling you guys, all right. But here's the deal: if I list a property, I want to list it right in the middle of what I think it should sell for. Meaning, when I'm listing a property, what is my main objective? To target the most amount of people.
Yeah.
And then my second objective is to get the seller the highest price.
Yep.
But I can't get you highest price until I market it to the most amount of people. Some teams and team leads have actually sacrificed the seller by putting it really low. So they'll put that shit really low. They get the low to middle market, but they don't get the middle to high market.
Yeah.
The middle to high market is actually what's going to get your seller the most amount of money.
Yep.
But unfortunately, some people will list that fucker so low that they actually miss the target. So why do you have 40 fucking offers, and why is it 100,000 over? Why did it, when you listed the house at 130 and it sold for 230? Because you totally missed the fucking mark. And that was at the expense of the seller, truthfully.
Yep.
If you would have picked a middle target number, you got low to middle buyers, they ain't gonna buy it. That's the 30. That's the 30 out of those 40 people that have no fucking business even looking at that property, wasting agents' time on all sides. They can't buy it, but they're the ones that drum up the anticipation for the middle to high buyers to buy it. Well, the problem is, if you miss the target and you don't even have the middle to high buyers, you're only having this group of people going as far as they can, which is probably going to leave you a little bit like right here. But if you target this rate in the middle, I now have the low to middle buyers. I have the middle to high buyers. So my low to middle buyers, they're sitting here like, oh, fuck, man, I better fire away a good price. I know it's near the top of my budget, but it's still in range. The middle to high buyers, this is the low part of their budget. And they're like, fuck these people bringing offers. I'm going to get that in there. So traditionally, on my listings, I only get anywhere between 5 and 10 offers.
Because you're pricing it
Because
right.
I did it fucking right. And that's exactly why. And I didn't sacrifice it for my fucking seller.
And the seller is the most important part. Like
the seller is everything. The client is the fucking North Star. Without the fucking client, you don't have the fucking house.
There's no house.
You got nothing to do.
Yep.
You have good intentions, but you ain't doing shit with that. Because this is a 1099 world, baby. This ain't a W-2. Your trajectory don't work like this. Our trajectory is like this. From a listing perspective, I think, and I do understand why people sometimes go a little lower, because some team leads don't have the fortunate aspect of us with the fact that we have spent and bought our positions on Zillow and Realtor.com over the course of years. So these leads that we have prevalent for our agents, because we're very lead-based, we do well with leads. So these leads are not something that I have to make up at the expense of the seller.
Sure.
Yeah. That's why they're doing that shit, right? There's only one reason. It could be ego. Well, there's not multiple reasons. It could be ego too. I sold this for over $100,000. Well, fantastic. I'm gonna list that house for $1, and I sold it for 5,000 times what it was worth. So it's really on the list side. I think that people should be hitting more of the target mark, and I still sell every one of mine, and I get damn good money for it.
Yeah.
And I don't waste so much of my seller's time with inappropriate showings for people that can't even fucking buy it.
That's huge right there.
Well, it's a time waster, man. So on the buy side, like I said, you're going to see those 30 to 40 offers on agents that are really underpricing properties. So what you really need to think about, if you really want to be a good no, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm not going to tell you what we do exactly from the buy side, because for that shit's a little bit more proprietary.
Yeah.
That's why we do really well with wins, and it's educational. I would love to share with people, but that's really a damn good nugget. So I'm going to just have to kindly say, fuck you, sir. And madam.
All right. Next.
Respectfully.
Next 12 months, where do you see? Are we getting more inventory? Like, what's going to happen? Interest rates?
I have to be quite honest with you. I think the weird thing was when interest rates were supposed to go down, with the way they were projected to go down, but we're in a very healthy economy. So people are just simply paying it. So they're not going to lower it. I think it's still going to stay somewhat. Very good qualified buyers might be in the high 5s, and I have seen even mid 5s, to be quite honest with you, right here, right now. But traditionally, they're high 6s, lower 7s. I don't see this changing much, because in order for that to go down a lot, one of two things have to happen. Interest rates got to go way low. They're not fucking doing that anymore. And by the way, stop saying you guys are waiting around for a better fucking interest rate. That's just fucking stupid, man, because that shouldn't be the reason why you buy a house or you don't. Yes. If you're on the fringe like that, then get some more money together. Yeah. No, I mean that respectfully. Yeah, but those interest rates are going to be around what they are for quite a long time, because there's only two ways to make that happen. You lower the interest rate, or you build a ton more homes. Well, there's not enough people building homes, so you can't create inventory when there aren't any. Plus, you're sitting on a shit ton of people that bought homes in the last, 3 years prior to this year, that they're sitting on. Some of these guys got 2s, 3s, definitely 4s. There is no real momentum for these people to move. So you're going to have a little bit of a stalemate in a lot of what I consider B-level suburbs. You're going to have a decent amount of activity in investment properties, lower value properties, as well as luxury properties, because both of those are pretty. I've seen more of these sales in general. You're also going to see a lot of investment properties go up for sale in New York because of the tenant laws. I've sold more multi-units in the last 2 years than we've ever sold year over year. And the reason is because tenants have a lot of rights now. And they should have rights. But you don't own that actual house, man. So you shouldn't dictate exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, investments and then vacancy rates where somebody, it takes them 3 months to kick it out, kick the tenant out, and then you got a month of rehab on it because they messed it all up. People are just tired of that shit. And people in Buffalo, unfortunately, I don't know about Rochester, but they've made a lifestyle of fucking investors.
It's the same
and
here, yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So some people are like, you know what, I can't do this anymore and make the money I was supposed to. So I have a very nice, really big international portfolio, predominantly from Israel, Canada.
Really?
Yeah, those are like my main folks. Those guys rock and roll.
That's sick.
But yeah, and obviously it makes sense because when you look at anybody searching out of area or internationally, and they're like, oh, who should I invest in with Buffalo? Let me see. Oh shit, look at this team. 1,300 5-star, 1,200 plus 5-star reviews. And then you're sitting next to homie who's, really doesn't get it and he's got 5. Or another person who's got 30 or whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody's starting point.
But like when we looked you up on Google, like we were looking at Buffalo agents, just getting a feel for the market. It's like Jason's up here, and like the next person is like, it's just a different level, you guys, with those 5-star reviews.
And honestly, I value the reviews over the sales because a lot of reviews are future sales. And I can tell you right now, I have a big fucking problem if you're selling a lot of homes and you don't have a lot of reviews. What does that tell you? You didn't treat the client well. If you didn't treat the client well in a customer service business, that's a fucking problem. Now, I love those people who do that because that's where we pick up the ball and run with that shit. Because when you're left unsatisfied with one of the biggest purchases of your life, well, I ain't coming back to you.
Yeah.
That's why we have so much repeat business. Unlike almost every other team lead that I've talked to, and I do a ton of business in masterminding with a lot of people in the Northeast as well as Florida and the West Coast, a lot of those team leads actually work these leads. I haven't worked a Zillow lead in years, except for when they call me specifically, which is probably 2 or 3 times a year. So I do work probably 2 or 3 of these leads a year. I don't want to cannibalize the food that we have. So my business and I do anywhere, and it ain't much, between like 13 and 18 million a year, but I have zero cost of acquisition because the cost of my acquisition was treating people well. So it's not a financial acquisition. So I am completely stable in my position without a team or with a team. But things are still much better with a team.
100%.
So that's why I spend all that money, because I want to build them the same way that I was able to do it, through lead sources, unique propositions, the same way that Mr. Lorendi did it for me.
100%. How many of your reviews do people just, without even you guys asking, do they come and just give you a review, or do you have a system to be like, hey, can you leave us a review on Zillow? Like,
all right, so I'm gonna tell y'all, I will share this with everybody, how to get a review.
How to get them?
This is how you get a review. Be persistent. Because there's 2 types of people that leave reviews. Number 1 is going to be the person that as soon as you send it, oh, fuck yeah, dude, I'm going to get that over right here, right now. They do it immediately. Boom. Here's where most agents will fail. It's normally the first, so I won't attempt more than 5 times.
Okay, 5's your number.
5's my number. So my first call would be right after they close, checking in on them, making sure that everything's cool. Genuinely making sure that everything is cool. Did you need everything else? How was the move? Did you get your funds? All that good shit. Hey, by the way, if you felt that I've given you favorable service, would you mind leaving me a nice review on Zillow? And then I send them the link right through it. Some people do it immediately. This is where most agents will fall flat on their fucking face. The second and third time, I just send a gentle text, right? Hey, just a gentle reminder. I know you guys are busy. If you wouldn't mind leaving me the review. On the fourth attempt, that's the phone call. Just checking in again, see how everything's going. Cool. That's normally when I'll get the review for the people that have a lot of things going on.
Yep.
And then the fifth one is a text. Hey man, I'm sorry. I don't want to bother you. Reviews really do mean a lot to me. And I thought we had a really good relationship. And that's when the text prompts a call and be like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. Like, you did do an awesome job.
Yes.
I'm on that right now. And if nobody responds after 5, then maybe I thought I did a better job than they did. Or some people are just like, fuck, I don't leave fucking reviews. Yeah. I don't leave reviews, because they don't own businesses, or they don't know the importance of how critical great reviews are for running any business.
Massive.
Dude, nobody buys shit without looking at the reviews.
Think about Amazon. Like,
right.
Yep.
Every time the reviews drive everything these days. So if you're not review based, I don't know what you're doing. Or maybe you're just so fucking busy that you don't need reviews. I highly fucking doubt that, but okay. If you got that, you got that.
Yeah.
But that's really how you get reviews.
That was great.
You have to follow through. That's a good piece of information.
That was huge. That's going to be a clip for sure. We've been able to get a good amount of reviews. We have 166 5-star reviews. As a real estate photography company, there's no one even
I was going to say, nobody's near that.
No one's doing that.
No one's fucking with that.
And I actually don't follow up with people. I ask them once, and we've been lucky. A lot of clients just do it right away. But I feel a little weird asking again, but knowing that you do it 5 times now,
I don't have a fucking ego though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And some people might be like, "Yo, man, like it was good," but like, although I got to be honest with you, I've never heard that. Like, I haven't heard that because I fucking pride myself on making things unbelievably awesome. Like I said, my business is strictly COI, strictly COI. Every piece of business I have is generated either from a firsthand referral or they saw some cool shit on my personal Facebook. You know what else is talking about how to drive business? You know what? Drive business by being, once again, a good fucking human being. So, and don't be fucking annoying, please. I can't fucking stand realtors. Like, dude, if you're a realtor, man, and you're on your personal Facebook page and 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 posts are about real estate agent, and please don't ask for business. Oh, it's fucking pitiful. Oh, that's so fucking painful.
Yeah.
Really love to see if anyone has any referrals out there for me. Motherfucker! Dude, it's so pitiful, man. It's like you got knocked out and that dude's asking, like, please pick me up.
In your opinion, how crucial is social media to building a brand as a real estate agent?
Social media is the most important thing you can do to build your brand. Whether you're a real estate agent, a wrestler, a photographer, I mean, honestly, any type of entrepreneurship, any type of entrepreneur job, like, you have to embrace this. It needs to speak. Your message has to be genuine. It needs to speak for you because guess what? You're not up 24 hours a day, but the world is. And people work second shifts, third shifts. They're looking for things. And when they can't call you when you're sleeping, right? Let something speak for you.
It's a 24/7 ad for you. Okay.
So we were talking about social media and Facebook. Yo, be a real person on Facebook, right?
Authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity. Yeah. So don't oversaturate. That's where we were left out. 4 out of 5. If you're a real estate agent, there's nothing more annoying than seeing 4 out of 5 of your fucking posts as a fucking real estate agent. Because they already know you're a real estate agent. If you really want to get their business, show them how you're a good fucking person.
Yeah.
It should be about your dogs, your family, the fun you have, the community you're a part of. You know what? Boost other people too, man.
Yes.
Boost other people, man. Yo, some other agents actually do a really good job of this too. So I have a buddy, Andy Marlinsky at Keller Williams, and actually Sean again. Once again, Sean's doing big things. Yo, they'll share some of my posts and shit. How fucking cool is that when your colleagues, not even with the same company, are like, yo, this shit's fucking dope. And I love sharing their stuff too, because that's the point of building this. And you know what that shows as a message when you're a leader and when you're one of those, because those guys are always team leads. Do you know the type of message that fucking shows to your agents too? Hey man, yo, we all play nice because we want to do this together. And by the way, we can't do this by ourselves.
Yeah, that's
we
it right
just
there.
2 sides every transaction. If you want a real transaction, there should be 2 sides: honest representation, fair representation on both sides. So social media is extremely critical. And I got to be honest with you, unless you're 100% like all in, dude, I don't fuck with politics. I don't speak on religion really, because to me, the religion is love no matter what you're following. And politics are two-sided. People are too, I think it's dumb as shit that politics, I have to choose one of 2 motherfuckers and they're both fucked. No thanks, bro. Like, I don't know what to do about that. But I can tell you right now, I know the country is basically 50-50, maybe 47-53.
So divided.
So if I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push this agenda of someone else, I've eliminated 50% of my business right there. You know, some things you just shut the fuck up about, man.
Would you run for president?
I would fucking kill that shit.
I would vote for you if you ran for president.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And knowing the state of politics and how untrusted, that is the most untrusted position because people continue to make it untrusted. It would be great if we had a lot of people that actually gave a shit about other people and the greater good, you know? And by the way, I don't want to blanket every politician. There's some really good people doing some really good shit out there. Very noteworthy. But for the most part, man, I try to avoid both of those two things because they're very polarizing, and they're, you know, if somebody wanted to have a nice discussion with me privately, I'm all for it. But I'm not going to go out there and have, you know, and just put myself out there like that, because I don't want to polarize myself. I like and love everyone, genuinely. I don't fucking side with one. And by the way, both of these sides are right sometimes. Both of these sides are wrong sometimes. So here's what I adhere to. Whatever the fuck is good and whatever is right. I don't even care who the fuck said it. I don't care if some Martian fucking landed down here and he was like, where everybody's going to love everybody. Dude, I'm voting for the Martian. Fuck, I'm fucking with that Martian. That dude's cool. Or that Martian, who would say it's a dude? Could be a female. That girl is cool. Yeah, right? It doesn't matter, man. Yeah. It's the message.
Well, you just put into words like, you know, and both sides, Democrat, Republican, like, right. I agree with things from both sides. I think the problem is, I think people, they want to box themselves in, and only, they may have some Republican views, and all of a sudden they automatically go on everything conservative because they feel like they need to, even if they agree with some stuff on the left. It's just
so fucking boring right now.
Yeah, we're gonna cut all this out.
No, but the point of it is I mean, it's true though. It's true. Everything that we talked about there, even the message, we can say, how about instead of politics and religion, we just say X and Y. If X and Y are extremely polarizing, and you know it's gonna fuck half of your audience, don't talk on it, man. Yeah. You know, but at the same token, I have once again, I had a professor. So my undergrad is in teaching, and my master's degree is in organizational leadership. And I still remember my professor, William Weeks. Whenever you would ask him a question, he would say 2 fucking words every time, and I loved it. When you asked him a question, he said, our answer to every question is 2 words. It depends. And I have followed that way of thinking forever. So I want to say, like, do I talk about that shit? No, I don't really talk about it. But something was extremely fucking important to me and was my life. Like, I don't care if it was polarizing. I believe in it and I love it. Then you should shout that shit from the rooftop. But you have to know, if you're running a business, it's going to fuck you, because you just eliminated half of your audience. Mm-hmm. So who you are as a business person versus who you are as a human being behind closed doors talking with your friends, that has to be different. Yeah. Not a lot of people will say that shit out loud because they're like, oh, well, that's some fake ass shit. No, it's not. It's appropriate shit. Because I'm trying to put things together and make people cohesive and meeting of the minds financially and emotionally with these homes and such. Yeah, and you got food to put on the table for people too. Like, if you eliminate half your audience, it's a dumb move. It's a dumb move. Right. And I can really help that other half of the audience too. Yeah. So you know, that being said, you know, like, are there times and are there exceptions when you just have to shout it to the fucking rooftop, even if it isn't the popular opinion? From here, then you fucking scream that shit until you got no voice, man. Amen, brother. Let's talk about bodybuilding. Let's talk about bodybuilding. So you won Mr. Buffalo 2 times. Yes, let me clarify. 2007, 2011, that was a novice division because I won the division. It was cool, but I didn't win the overall. Okay, so I want to make that real clear. Okay, because that's important to the people who actually won that division. Sure. Now I won my shit, but it's just a piece of the show. Bodybuilding to me was always about just creating a regimen, challenging myself to become a better person, and physically being able to see it happen, man. You know, and there was a time when, like, I just more. You know, I sit right around anywhere between 222 and 225 right now. At my biggest, I was between 240 and 245, and I was a fucking monster. And I was still like cut and shit. Tank, like, I look bro. Good. Holy shit! And how tall are you? I was on the boat yesterday. 5'10". You're 5'10". Okay. 5'10". Okay. Yeah, and bodybuilding to me, man, I loved it. But I also loved tattoos quite a bit. I see that. So as you start to get a little bit more tattooed, you know, the lines don't actually line up with, you know, where your muscle flows and such. Bodybuilding will always have a big place in my heart, and it still does to this day, because of the regimented ability that it brings to me. The challenges that it brings to me, the ability to work out with, like, one of my best buds. His name's Castro, giant ass dude. He's like 6'5", maybe 6'6". I don't know. He's a big ass boy. I was in his wedding. Shout out to you, Kaz. I love you, bro. we have accountability. So every Thursday, I see that's my dude. We're there. We're at the gym together. So not only does it represent challenges to one, but it also creates a sense of community. And community can be two people, and it's our little community. And he knows that when we're working out, if we want to talk about another guy who's really in touch with his shit. That's a big boy, and he don't fuck around, but he's extremely emotionally
Intelligent.
open. Yeah, intelligent and open to share that with others. And, you know, I am not a member of any religion. Like I said, I love love is love to me. He is a devout Catholic, loves it. And like he went to, and this is why I'm saying this, he what changed in his life was when he went to what's called the men's group, which is just men. And his life changed, and I saw the difference in him when he went to that. So I think, like, at the end of the day, there's a lot of pockets of guys leading some charges about how to really open ourselves up.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying it is because find that if your church has that, or if your friends have that, or if it's not there, then fucking create it. Fucking create that men's group and watch what happens when everybody is actually on the same path to make something excellent.
It's an incredible thing. It really is.
Yeah.
And I want to touch more on the personal growth side of what you're talking about bodybuilding, like the person you become. And I was just saying this on another episode, like if someone's in shape and they have a good physique, like healthy, I'm more likely to trust that person because I know that they have the work ethic and the character traits, and that it goes more than physical.
Completely agree with you.
Yep.
Because when somebody is taking care of themselves, then you know that they can take care of you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as when you're on the plane, man. When you're on the plane and if there's an issue with the plane, what the fuck do they say to do? Even you got your kid right next to you. Well, whose mask do you put on first?
Yours.
Always yours, because it allows you to take care of the ones that you love. Take care of yourself, you will take care of others. And that doesn't mean that you only concentrate on yourself and you don't care about others. It means that you concentrate on the best parts of you without sacrificing the care that you can give to others.
Because if your life's a wreck and your mental is a mess, like you're not going to help anybody.
No,
you're
not at all.
Just,
not at all, because you can't even help yourself at that
your
moment.
cup's empty.
Your cup is empty. It's true.
How much do you bench?
At my height, I can give you a video, and actually you can push this shit at 465.
465?
465 with no fucking, well, my guy was back, but he didn't touch the weight. And actually, I have that for you, so I'm going to give it to you before we leave. I have my video of benching 465. I wish I had my leg videos, because the reason why my knees are so fucked right now, I used to do 20 plates on each side for the leg press. Dude,
20 plates on each
sets
side.
of fucking 10, I shit you not. I might have one where I'm doing a set of 10 for maybe 1,600 pounds or 1,300 pounds. But I'll give you that one too, so you can show
That's
that shit
incredible.
too.
Do you still lift like super heavy now, or
No, I can't. So I didn't listen, because I don't fucking listen. I don't listen to shit in my 20s. So now, knee problems are real. Yo, that shit will degrade you over the course of time. It has to happen. And when you look at it like this too, luckily I still got a nice calf.
You got really nice calves.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah.
But my quads suffer a little bit because does it hurt? Like I can't bench like I used to either. My shoulders hurt quite a bit. My knees hurt quite a bit. But you know what I just do? I just do lower reps. I concentrate on the actual squeezing of the muscle tissue, getting blood into there, concentrating the blood into there, and that will help it grow. So at this point in time, like I want to look and feel healthier without the extra weight. I've done that. It's cool. It was great being like you walk in a place, you're like,
Superman.
Look, yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
But at this point, man, I want to be around a little longer, as long as I can, for my wife and my kids, and just to be around to help people out as long as this earth is going to let me, man.
I love it, man.
And running at 100% for years and years, takes
a toll on you.
It does take a toll, man. But I'm grateful for it. I've learned my lesson. If I can ever get my knees replaced, I absolutely will.
With modern medicine, man,
Rice Krispies, baby, all day. Yeah. But that's okay, dude, because I'm still walking. I got 2 fucking legs right now, man. And shit is all right.
That's gratitude right there. That's the perspective.
It is. Oh, dude, we were talking. Remember when we talked about that cup out there, right?
Yes.
Cup that's half full.
Yep.
The cup is fucking totally full.
It's overflowing.
Because it's half full with water and it's half full of opportunity, baby.
I love it, man.
Glass is full.
I love it. All right, I'm a young young man in my 20s. I wanna start working out, putting on muscle. What's the number one tip besides loading 20 plates on the leg press that you would give to that first time gym goer? Give them how long have you been working out for?
I got to be honest with you, since 12.
Give them however many years that is in 1 minute.
Like,
what are your biggest
30,
tips to build muscle?
Biggest tips to build muscle is actually, well, just think about it like this. If you want to grow, what do you have to do? You got to eat. You got to eat. So traditionally, I always had a pretty nice build, but I was always on the thin side. It's very, very fucking hard for me to put weight on.
Me too.
Period.
Me too.
And I think it's because, once again, I've coached my body to not put extra weight on. So if I was going to eat 3 meals in one day, I take that meal and cut it in half, and now I'm eating 6 times in one day instead of eating 3 meals. Because when we eat less times, our metabolism slows down because our body's anxious that it's not going to get any more food. So that's the basics from it. If I was a 20-year-old and wanted to grow, honestly, man, eat, and eat.
Gains are made in the kitchen.
Yeah, gains are made in the kitchen, and abs are also made in the kitchen. Yo, and be fucking patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Only compare yourself to one motherfucker. You got it, you. Because that's the only fucking person that matters, man. Look it. I might have some decent size on me, but I can walk outside in Rochester and I can show you fucking 100 dudes that are fucking. I can't. If I stood behind them, you wouldn't even see me, right? Yeah. Shout out to Kyle Glickman, man. Do you know Kyle Glickman? No. He does Glick Fit. He was big into modeling when I was doing modeling in New York City. He was real big.
Is he a Rochester guy?
He is.
Okay.
Kyle Glickman, dude. He's a super cool guy.
I'll have to have him on the podcast. Maybe.
You should. Okay. He's super fucking smart and not for nothing. That dude's handsome as shit. He's like Superman, bro. Yeah, okay. I shit you not. He's like Superman. Okay. He's real tall, one of the nicest dudes, fucking super smart. You need Glickman on your shit.
Let's do it, man.
He would be a great person. And he's a really cool cat, too. So, Glick, shout out to you, Kyle.
Back to the muscle building.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, how to build muscle. Yeah. You got to eat. You got to eat. Oh, and switch that shit up. Switch it up. Always look for different exercises. The more you confuse your muscle, the more it will grow. So traditionally what I do is I like to do a major muscle group, which would be like, I consider major muscle as back, chest, or legs. And then I complement that with a smaller muscle. So I just do all my pulls on one day. So I'll do back and buys on the same day, chest and tris the same day, and shoulders. Yep. And then I do legs and I'll do my traps. Because I'm known for my traps.
You have a day just for your traps?
Yo, I don't. I have. I'm going to share this with everybody. You want to know how to get big motherfucking traps? This is what I do. It's called running the rack. So whatever weight you want to start at, once again, find something that's relative to you. This is what I do. I will start with the hundreds. Once again, don't have to. Start with what's good for you. This is going to burn your ass out, and you're going to fucking love it. You want to get huge? Everybody should have big traps after they listen to this shit. So I'll do 100 reps. 100 reps in a row. No fucking break. I grab the hundreds for 20. I do the 90s for 20. The 80s for 20. The 70s for 20. The 60s for 20. And the 50s. Actually, yeah, that's 120. I just realized. 190, 80, 70, 60,
math.
50. All right, and I fucking taught math too. Oh my God, fucking taught me math. He's a teacher. No, but now I just realized I do 120 reps in a row then. Okay?
That's painful.
It is, but it's fucking great. The more painful one is after you rest for 3 minutes and you go back up. Sometimes you might not get all 20 per each set, but you keep going, eventually you will. That is all I do. Period, for your traps. That's the only thing. Oh, wait, no, I added a little something more. But that's how I grew. My whole life has been through that point. But once again, since I'm older and my shit hurts a little bit more, I also do, it's like a back pull for the row on top.
Yeah.
Instead of rowing this way, I take it above my head and I bring it back to my hand and it ends at your face.
Got it. Yep.
So what it does is it just contracts the shit out of this muscle.
Yep.
Now that one is, you don't want to start with that. You need the blood in there first. As soon as you have the blood in there, then you can get a really good contraction. So you need it to actually be full first to finalize the sculpting of it. And that one I would do, I'll do 3 sets of 10 per side.
Got it.
And I'll do that 3 times.
Damn, I need a trap day now.
The traps are fucking dope, dude. I mean, like, it's like you're looking at this person's head. The very next thing is the trap.
Yeah,
so like, it's like, oh, fucker works out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to work on the muscles that show the most at the beach and whatnot, shoulders, traps,
buys,
arms,
definitely. And depending on your level of shorts,
quads,
which they're okay, but they ain't nothing like they used to be. But yeah, I still wear my shorts.
Short shorts.
Shout out to my wife for allowing me.
Oh man,
That's fantastic. But yo, those tips will actually really help. Truthfully, if anybody, that's a fucking piece of gold because that's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
And everybody I've talked to, actually, I've taught my students that over the years, and I've seen my students like years down the road. I was like, "Fuck, bro." He's like, "I listen, Jay."
You're blowing up.
'Cause I used to have my students even call me Jay. Like I kept it super fucking real with them. Some of my students were older than me.
Yeah.
Because you teach it. You know, I taught at ECC at the Pathways program, which was such an amazing experience. And such good people there, and such good students too. You know, it really, you know, because I came from, you know, just middle class suburbs, just chilling, my average dude. And then, you know, I go to the city because I taught in the city, and I've always been most effective in the city. I don't know if that's just because like it was nice that my city folks, like I was different to them, and they were like, what's this guy about? You know, like and I had the tats from when I was young, and I was always big, so I've gravitated to city teaching a hell of a lot more than suburban teaching. Because when I was, you know, my first couple years, even trying to just do substitute teaching and shit like that, they were like, "Oh, you can't come in like that. You have to have a full sleeve on." I'm like, "Bro, it's fucking 90 out." Like, yeah, we can't have our kids.
Be showing it.
We can't have a kids thinking that that's okay.
Oh,
dude, I was a badass fucking teacher, bro. Like really good.
Yeah.
Like genuinely good. And you're like, my tattoos? I can't do that. Holy
like, why
shit.
does that matter? Yeah.
I went to the fucking city. People were like, tat the fuck up, man. Yo, show us what you got. So I went and I started my my first real job. First real job was it's funny. First real job was when I was 24 years old, truthfully. And I got hired as a site director, and I built after-school programs for the Boys and Girls Charter School. Boys and Girls. Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club. There is no other word. Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club of Buffalo.
Yep.
So I was one of the only licensed teachers because I had a teaching degree. I couldn't get hired as a fucking teacher because of the way I looked and shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go to the city. So I got hired there, and within 2 years, I created one of the top 50 programs in the entire nation. And I did that in Buffalo United Charter School, which is it's a little bit of a rough area, man, if you don't know the people. And then I ended up doing the same program at the Elmwood Village Charter School. And dude, I had 28 people, staff that I was supervising, 600 plus kids. Guess how much I was making?
How much?
$26,500 a year on motherfucking salary.
Bringing in that bread,
this is
baby.
From you. And this is from the homie. Remember, I told you, what did I do before I had that job? I was a fucking hustler.
Oh, yeah. You're selling weed.
I did.
Yeah.
So what happened was I ended up getting arrested with everything that I had. My shit got taken. So I went from, you know, having everything, lots of money, all types of cool shit, did whatever the fuck I want, to appearing in front of a judge and being like, yo, and, you know, at that time, I had one child already, and my dad came to court with me, sat behind me, and my wife, with our soon-to-be second daughter, was in the belly. And I still remember the judge, she was out of Boston, and I said, man, I wrote, because I'm pretty damn good with words, so I wrote her a letter, and I said, look, before you sentence me or anything, I said, I just want you to know, I just graduated with my fucking degree a week ago. I was clearly set up because I could fucking see this thing everybody said. Like, I got set up. And I was like, I just want a chance, man. I was like, I just want a fucking chance. And if you'll give me a chance, I'm going to be the one person that will not let you down. So I was on probation for a while. And she's like, look, you get a fucking jaywalking ticket.
You're done.
Case goes, you're going back. You're done. You're fucking done for. So I didn't. And I continued kicking ass with that job. And then the rest is fucking history, man.
They gave you the chance.
Because one person gave me a fucking chance. So that's my double-edged sword with me, is that I always give everybody a chance. And sometimes I'm always trying to see like the best of people. So I've been taken for a couple times. People have ripped me off a few times. Mm-hmm. But you know what? At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm so over it, and I'm okay that, you know, you did what you had to do, because I'm still okay to this day.
So past life, you were an instructor at a college,
yes.
right?
Yeah, ECC downtown.
New York State Teacher of the Year award.
Correct.
Back in
2011.
2011.
Yep. 2011.
Here we are. It's graduation season. College, high school kids graduating, and here going into the real world, man. Like, whether it's the workforce, whatever path they're taking. What do you have to say to that high school, that college graduate as they enter the real world? Just any advice you would want to give them?
Love it, man. First off, congratulate yourself, because not everyone graduates. It's a big deal. Second of all, be proud of yourself for being who you are, and make sure that you speak up. When you see something, it doesn't matter that you're just out of high school. Sometimes people fucking forget that younger people have a lot to fucking offer. I wrote a beautiful fucking poem to my daughter when she graduated one day, or the day that she graduated, because she was very unsure of what she wanted to do, and she actually took the next year off to try to figure herself out. Figure herself out. She's 17. Like, what the fuck is she figuring out? And then I realized, this kid's fucking smart. She's really smart. She's taking time to actually figure out what matters to me, Dad. Holy shit. I love that. And when I was like, what are you doing? Because I'm a dad. It's a natural knee-jerk reaction.
You want to know, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? She held her ground. So graduates, hold your fucking ground. Because you do have things figured out a little bit. And you do have a direction. And guess what? You need no one else's fucking support to be something great. When nobody supports you, support yourself. Go for it. Go for it. Yo, dream fucking big and then dream bigger. Go for it all. I can tell you, man, I can tell you that this next wave and generation of the youth growing up, you're the most important one yet.
They're so intelligent too.
They are so intelligent, man, and they're so fucking creative. But please, please, recent graduates, do not hide behind your fucking screen. Get out there and meet people. Talk to people instead of texting sometimes. Please know that the art of conversation and the art of communication does not live behind a screen. It happens there sometimes, but real communication, real connection is done in the real world. So don't be afraid. Get out there and do it.
If you become a good communicator, you're up here. I mean, you are so far ahead of everybody.
So far ahead. And if you're a good communicator with a great message
And a good
and
person.
you actually give a shit, dude, be
Sky's
ready.
the limit.
Be ready.
The reason it hits me so hard is because, to give you a little background on me, I took the traditional path and went to college, got an engineering degree, got a corporate job upon graduating. I lasted 6 months at my corporate job before quitting and realizing I fucking hate
Fucking
this.
sucks, right? Yeah. It's
Ventured
for other
off.
people, but you are a
It
creator.
is for other, yeah.
But you're a creator, and it's not for that.
Ventured off into entrepreneurship and found my way, found my path. My parents they didn't not support me, but they were like, "What are you doing? You just got a 5-year degree, and here you are." And now making it, and I don't consider myself like I got so much more to go.
But you really got some shit going on here. Don't discredit yourself. You got some shit going on.
Thanks, man. Thank you. But there are so many people I know that are going to be watching this who maybe they did just go to college for 4 years and got some degree and are going to be an accountant, but they know inside of them that they're a creator, they have a different path. And my whole reason of starting this podcast is I want to bring entrepreneurs from all different fields around so that they can find their person and be like, I want to be a real estate agent. I want to be the best broker around. I want to do real estate photography. I want to start a cleaning business. I want to do whatever I want to do.
Whatever it is.
And they can learn the skills an entrepreneur has to learn. And that's the message I'm trying to provide on this show. So that's why I get so fired up.
Let's reiterate this message real quick. My undergrad is in teaching. My bachelor's is in organizational leadership, and I sell fucking real estate and write poetry. You had an accounting background?
Engineering.
Engineering. And look at the fucking guy. He's creating some of the dopest fucking videos around, especially in Western New York and New York State.
Thanks, man.
Come on. But what did you do? The commonality, we followed our heart. We followed our heart, and we said, fuck that. I don't want the path that everyone else is taking. Or maybe I did want that path, but now I'm switching. Don't be afraid to switch either.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to take that shit to the next level.
So that you can take
so
3
you
steps
can take
forward.
5 steps forward, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I want to end the show, and we talked about it a little bit, but I want to end by talking about kindness and positivity, brother, because I know you put us in a room now, and we'll just be talking all day about it. But like we were saying, there's too much negativity in the world.
Yes.
We need more kind people. And I think people get mixed up, especially young, ambitious men, right? We want to achieve. We want to get to that next level. And I think a lot of the past figures in entrepreneurship, the Donald Trumps, like these kind of guys were fierce, they were vicious, and they got shit done and they succeeded. But you can be kind. You can be kind, and you can be an assassin of an entrepreneur. And I see it in you, dude.
You're fucking right, and I see it in you, too.
Thank you.
And together, you and I are going to start that charge and lead it in Western New York. And the people that listen to this, please take that shit home. Take it home, embody it. Take it to your friends. Take it to your family. Take it to your community, because truthfully, change does start with one person wanting to make things better.
One person. Yep.
Here's I'm going to leave you with one. I fucking love this right here. So I'm going to reference my boy Castro again, because like I said, he gets some gems from that men's group. And he said, I've learned to rephrase things now. This Kaz got a lot of kids. He's real busy. Kaz got a lot of kids. So instead of saying, I have to pick my kids up after work, you know what he says?
What?
I get to pick my kids up after work. One fucking word difference is the complete change from something being a problem to something being beautiful.
Jason Sokody.
My dude. I appreciate every minute today. This is such a joy to come and see what you and the boys are doing here. And if you haven't fucked with Real 3D Media, you absolutely should. Get your head out of the fucking ground and call these boys up. Let's go.
We'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace.